It is not enough to be proficient with our firearm skills. We must be proficient with them under great amounts of stress. Let's talk about that. Here's your armed citizen meme of the week. Screen cap it, crop it, and send it to everyone you know.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Before we get started, this channel is just me. I write, record, edit, and everything else all by myself. Zero AI. I'm also asking while watching my content that you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, even though I regularly post new content every Wednesday morning. Last thing, if you like my content, please go to this link, which is in my notes, and drop some change in my pocket. Let's get on with the content. In that moment, when you realize your life is in grave jeopardy, your adrenal gland goes into overdrive. When your brain and body becomes charged with adrenaline, it puts you into one of four survival modes: fight, flight, freeze, or posture. Most people only know about the fight or flight modes. Some people will freeze, go motionless like a newborn fawn, because it is only by being totally motionless does the fawn become invisible to the predator. Posture is when you attempt to intimidate your attacker. Think of an angry goose or swan protecting its nest or its babies. Both you and the bird knows the worst it can do to you is maybe a painful bite to a finger. Yet they spread their wings to appear bigger than they really are, honk loudly, and charge toward you to intimidate you into retreating. This can go both ways. Here's a clip of a guy intimidating a moose.
Det kommer gå på oss istället.
Ja! Ja! Think of adrenaline as an extra gas tank that's full of a super gas. That super gas is 100 times more powerful than your regular fuel, but it's a very small tank, so you don't have a lot of it. And stress, be it physical or mental stress, is what controls the release of that super gas. The good news about that adrenaline dump, you get a strength and speed bonus. This means you can bench press a car or run the 100-yard dash in 6 seconds. The current world record is 9.07 seconds. Adrenaline is also an analgesic or painkiller. You can lift that car and not notice until after the adrenaline wears off that you broke several bones and torn tendons in the process. The bad news, you took a hit on your dexterity and intelligence. You lose fine motor control because your adrenaline-charged muscles are prepared for fast movement and maximum strength, not the slow, gentle, and precise movements necessary for accurate shooting. This is why your hands start shaking. Lastly, your brain hyper-focuses on the first threat to the exclusion of everything else, also known as tunnel vision. Some people also experience time dilation, where their perception of time slows to a crawl. Stress is essential and healthy for us to grow physically and emotionally. We need that boost to up our game, but only when it's really necessary. It is also essential and healthy to step away from the stress and recharge. I've already talked about how through exercise we stress our muscles to the maximum Then we let them relax for a day or two so the muscle can recharge and build more fibers to become stronger. The inverse is true as well. Being in a constant state of stress slowly drains our super gas tank faster than we can refill it. Plus, our body becomes dependent on that super gas just to function normally. Once both tanks are empty, we burn out and collapse. Then we end up with an aversion to any stress at all because we no longer have the capacity to handle it. We have to let both tanks refill and our body to detox its dependency upon that adrenaline. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, please hit that like button. Also the subscribe button so you get all my videos, and turn on notifications so you know when they post. And share my content with your friends as well. Let's get back to me. In a life or death crisis situation, we need to understand and work with this adrenaline dump, not against it. I have identified 4 general levels of stress we encounter, not only on the range, but in the rest of our daily lives as well. The first is zero stress. You are at the range. No one else is there. You have all the time in the world and there is no hurry at all. Nice, sedate, relaxed. I can't say quiet because we are talking about a live fire gun range after all. You are under zero pressure to perform at any level. The second level is minimal stress. This can best be achieved by putting yourself on a timer. You know when you hear that beep, you have to go as fast as you can to get the weapon out, get it on target, and start making loud noises. If you put a par setting on your timer, say you're trying to do Ken Hackathorn's 10-10-10 test, you have a beep at the start, then a stop beep at 10 seconds to let you know to stop shooting. You don't have time to lollygag. You have to get that last round out before the second beep. The third level of stress is when you have to perform for witnesses, be it your accountability partner, your friend group, or a match at your local practical shooting chapter. If you mess up here, you've done so in front of witnesses, and the embarrassment of royally messing up in front of people can be pretty bad. Smack talk with your friends is expected, however, please temper it with kindness and humility, because that's how you want to be treated when you embarrassingly screw the pooch. The fourth level is maximum stress. This can mean you're at a high-level practical shooting match, as in a regional or nationals where money might be on the line, or you're actually in a fight for your life. Your pucker factor went from 0 to 11 so fast it will take you 3 days to relax enough to take a dump. And these stress levels are very congruent with Colonel Cooper's color codes: white, yellow, orange, and red. White is very relaxed. You feel safe, no stress. Yellow is our minimal stress. We can be there for hours at a time. Orange says a possible threat is present, and red is the true fight for your life mode. Staying in orange or red for more than a few minutes at a time will wreck you mentally and physically. The U.S. military learned this lesson in several wars: Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan. A wonderful idea crossed my mind while writing this, and the best way to get into the third or fourth level of stress is to get shot at. Not by bullets, mind you, rather airsoft or paintball. Winston Churchill is quoted as saying, "There is nothing so exhilarating as being shot at and missed." You get to engage and be engaged with moderately painful, and certainly non-lethal ordnance under simulated combat conditions. Go to your favorite search engine and search airsoft or paintball near me. You can pay the range fee, rent your weapon and safety equipment, buy the ammo, and enjoy yourself all day for under $100 per person. Try that and see if you like it or not. I do suggest you show up properly clothed. This means long sleeves, gloves, long pants, ankle-high hiking boots, a painter's cap with neck guard, and lastly, elbow and knee pads. If you think I'm being overly cautious, I promise, after traipsing around all day in the sun having fun, any exposed flesh will be sunburnt, or scraped by thorny bushes, or touching poison ivy. The boots are to protect your ankles while on uneven ground, and the knee and elbow pads are for when, not if, you drop to the ground, purposefully or inadvertently. And I want you to leave you with one last thought. Except for actually fighting for your life, and maybe even then, you can control your stress by inoculating yourself with controlled stressful situations, by practicing being functional during that adrenaline surge. You can train yourself to be in control. Stay safe, stay bullet free, tell your family you love them every chance you get. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day. If you made it this far, thank you. Please help me grow this channel by following it and sharing my content with your friends. Y'all have yourselves a most excellent day.